Always good to see you, Ari. Always love just following you online on LinkedIn and everything. You're always giving me good insights. And so, you know, I've been in the publishing industry, but I'm a financial coach as well. And so, you know, always I'm looking for that way to build that level of trust. And you really did a great job just a minute ago distinguishing the difference between credibility and trust. That nuance is huge. Wow. I mean, really, really great job. You know, if anyone is in their business, we're always trying to figure out how do we transfer our passion to those individuals that are part of our, what you call our network of influence, the people that aren't clients, but they're really more like family. And what I feel that I have a disconnect is how do I connect with those individuals where they are, where they feel the passion and they become not necessarily evangelists, but at least ambassadors, where we've already done business before, but more than business, we've actually created long-standing relationships. But I feel a lot of times like when I'm trying to connect with them and move them forward into whatever progress that we're doing, they're either A, too busy, or somehow I'm not capturing their attention, and I feel like I'm talking to crickets.
Well, it's funny and a great question, Steve, because over the years, we've been conditioned to believe that to get someone enrolled in what we want to help them with, we have to show them our passion up front. We have to say, oh, we've been taught to believe that enthusiasm is what enrolls people. And that worked for many years, up until the last few years now, that everyone who knows someone else and wants to get them to connect on some kind of agenda of some sort can oftentimes be enthusiastic, over-enthusiastic about their needs and their passion that does not connect to the other person's problem. And it can be perceived as selling overtly and a bit crossing the line that they're not necessarily interested in what you have to say at the moment. There's no space there for them to engage. So what I would say for you, Steve, is can we flip, rather than starting the dialogue with enthusiasm about you and your mission and your passion, can we flip it to engaging them to see if they have the problem that you believe you can help them solve, void of any passion? Because when you're too passionate with someone too early on in the process, their guard goes up and they feel like they're being sold something.
Sure. And that would be the reason for the disconnect or just the failure to engage. And then you feel that void.
So that means that you should only engage with the people who understand or have the issues that you're qualified to help them solve. So not everybody will be enrolled, only those who connect to the issue, which now means you got to say to yourself, okay, among my inner network here, who 80-20 this thing, who are the ones who most likely have an environment where they can appreciate the issues I help people solve? So now that forces you to think about, okay, of the group, who's the 20% that will most likely connect with what I'm doing?
So a lot more questioning, a lot more personalized reach out to elicit, as opposed to, what mostly our blanket type of, here's what we're doing. Do you guys want to come join?
Right. That contains assumptions, you see. By starting the conversation with saying, hey, look what I got. That's like sales 101. Because then you're assuming somehow you're hoping to land. You're hoping to land. If it doesn't land, then now they start looking at you a different way. Like, hey, nothing personal, but I'm not interested.
Sure.
So the answer to this is really to think about what are the 2 or 3 core problems that you solve uniquely. Then you enter the conversation with someone like this that you might know. You say, very not enthusiastic because it's premature to the process here, but you say, I was just curious to see if you might be open, or if you might be in a situation where you're experiencing X, Y, and Z. Now, if that connects to them and go, huh, Well, it just so happens that then you move forward and the enthusiasm builds over time, but you don't start the conversation with assumptions of being over enthusiastic.
Good job. Absolutely.
So a little reverse thinking there, but thanks for letting me kind of contrarian your question. But I think if you try that, that might work.
I appreciate you. Thank you, my friend. Outstanding.
Thank you, Steve, for just being my world.
Absolutely, man. Take care.